Kia ora team, Chris Farhi here. So something super exciting today. The team at Icon Co and Pro Invest Group saw one of my prior vlogs about the Voco-HIE hotel on Albert Street. They've actually invited us behind the scenes to have a look. So look, let's get into it. So for those unfamiliar with the project, we're at the corner of Albert Street and Wyndham Street, which is about a block from the future City Rail Link stations. The development is a 41-level hotel which is in its final stages of construction. It features two different hotel brands which are stacked on top of each other. It has a pretty amazing 495 rooms alongside a bunch of different amenities like food and beverage, sky lounge and recreation spaces. The developer and investor is Pro Invest Group out of Australia, who operate Australia's largest hotel investment platform, and the lead contractor taking me around today is Icon Co, who is one of New Zealand and Australia's largest construction companies. So in terms of construction status, the project has just passed 80% completion. At the moment they're finalising the last bits of structure and facade work, whilst also getting underway with the interior fit out. That said though, given the scale of the project, they're already well progressed on the interior fit out for floors that are enclosed, with levels 5 to 15 already completed. It was cool walking around because within a project of this scale, you get to see the progression of the fit out from floor to floor. So some floors were at the early stage with largely bare shell, but as you walk around you see the surfaces coming in, wall linings, right through to the final paint finishes. Methodology wise, there are a couple of interesting things that were spotted along the way. The first is the modular bathroom units. This project is using prefabricated bathrooms which are built off-site, wrapped up and delivered as a basically plug-and-play bathroom. So once the bare shell flooring is sorted, they basically pop it down in place, link up the surfaces, and you're largely good to go with the bathrooms. The benefit here is speed and quality of having a reasonably complex and fiddly part of the build completed off-site under factory conditions. The second interesting element was the use of mock-up rooms. So talking to my guide Sam, she said that one of the top priorities early in the build is taking one of the rooms right through to final finishes as early as possible, getting this signed off by everyone, and then that becomes the standard benchmark for the rooms. This means they get a life-size working model of the future rooms. As you can imagine, this makes sure that everyone is aligned on expectations, they can make any final adjustments to optimise the user experience before doing all the rooms, and it then becomes the benchmark as they roll it out across the building. This is particularly useful in a setting like this where there's a lot of standardisation and a huge number of rooms involved. The other interesting aspect is how the dual brand impacts the building. So as I mentioned earlier, the hotel will have two brands, Voco and HIE, operating in the hotel, and so around halfway up the building there's a transition in design which then impacts the design and specification for those rooms. Basically your fancier brand gets the fancier rooms. And so that becomes pretty important from a construction perspective because as you progress up the building, you're effectively dealing with two different designs. And so I know what you're all wanting to see though is the view from the top. So after climbing a shit ton of stairs we get to the rooftop. So this is 41 levels above street level and has some super stunning views in every direction. Worth noting here is that Pro Invest Group has plans in place for a rooftop bar, which is a pretty epic addition to a development like this. I could definitely imagine hanging out here enjoying the sunset. Sounds awesome. So look, hope you enjoyed this vlog. Massive thanks again to Pro Invest Group and Icon Co for giving us all the opportunity to have a look behind the scenes. If you thought this video was cool and perhaps keen on another look in the future, then make sure to smash that like button, subscribe on YouTube and connect on LinkedIn. Cheers, bye.